Going to be a quick Bitcoin update. We went over this earlier today on my live stream. Price action was here. I was thinking that we're going to come down. This is my plan A. You know, once we break this level, 105,140, we do have an alert here to start potentially getting to shorts for us to attack this level for Bitcoin and possibly attack this level. I've been waiting for this pullback for a while now. We did have this pullback, but then we ended up bouncing up. Beautiful V-shaped recovery. We could have gone up here. This is my plan B. And then right now we do have bullish divergence. So we might get a bounce here off of this trend line that we have. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that's on the 1 hour. We can see we have the level here to here. It goes all the way across. We did bounce here. So I'm looking for a possible bounce here. And then to see what's going to happen. Are we going to get rejected off of this box or zone, come back down, and maybe come back up to fight to try to go up? Or are we going to roll over? And that's what I was actually talking about on the live stream, where we roll over. Let's just go like this, roll over. And then our alert goes off. And then now this happens. We are currently no longer in any longs. Our longs have been stopped out. Whether in small profit, or small loss. We are currently in 2 shorts at the moment. I believe it's 2 shorts. And right now we're just waiting to see this. If we get this to break, then we're looking to potentially short more coins. And of course, I'm going through all the charts and everything else. I did post this earlier. And let me go ahead and just bring this up on the chart. On the chart. So I did post this earlier in the group. This week's going to be pretty rough as far as just very volatile. You know, depending on what comes out could determine if we have, you know, stuff coming down pretty hard or maybe reversing. So this was posted in the group. I'm going to delete this. So right now we're just kind of waiting to see. I do think that we're going to roll over. Again, this is my plan A, but nobody knows. And I have to stress that nobody knows what's going to happen. Go to the 4 hour time frame, just kind of zoom out really quick. This is the box or zone that I'm looking at. This is on the 4 hour time frame. I would absolutely love for us to see a retracement, just because we've been going up. We've been going up since April, all the way up here. And then not only that, but this would be really nice for us to retrace right into this area. And let me go ahead and draw a fib retracement. One moment. As you can see, we have humongous divergence, bullish divergence. We have a red little dot or bar here on the histogram. And then we have this huge lower part than this. However, this is, of course, higher than this part right here, which would be about right here. No divergence. I apologize. No divergence, because this is lower than this. Let's see here. Nope. No divergence. All right, so I would not mind seeing the actual pullback if we do get it. And this is on the daily time frame. One of the levels that we need to do, and let's go to this one because I already have all these levels. This is the first level that we need to break, and let's change this to a blue so we can kind of just see it. 101,508. This is the main level. If we break this level, get ready, because we may come down to the 382, which is right around 97,700. And then after that, we have this really nice zone right here, which corresponds to the 0.5. And let's go and change this color so we can see it just a little bit easier at 93,750. Then we have our golden pocket, which is right here at 88,820. But we do have a main level just underneath it. And let's go and change this color as well. We'll put this one as a yellow at 87,500. So all these are very important key levels. Do I think we're going to break below 87,500? I don't think so. However, anything is possible. And that's one thing that we have to watch out for, is just the possibilities of stuff happening. Now, one thing that I'm also watching out for, and I kind of mentioned this, I believe, on today's stream, is one thing that we don't want to do is we do not want to create a lower high, which right here, this is our high. We don't want to create this as a lower high and then continue coming down and not bouncing. Wherever it comes down, we want it to bounce, and this is on the higher time frames on the daily, so that we break this highest point. If we don't break the highest point, and the thing is, like, we need more time. The more time we have, the easier it is to see if in fact we did or are creating a lower high, or if we, you know, come down here and then bounce, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the bounce, just like how we did here. We had this high, we had pretty much an equal high coming down, broke below this level, and this could have taken us all the way down over here, but it didn't. Instead, we tried to bounce, couldn't do it, and then we bounced, broke this level. This is what we're looking for, creating a higher high. This is what we wanted. Now, hopefully, and again, all this we don't know until it finishes. Could this potentially be what we're waiting for? But it already happened, where we had our highs, we had the retracement, we had the bounce, we had the break, we had a higher high. And this is what we're actually looking for right now. Retracement, bounce, higher high, then the bear market. Could this potentially be what has already happened? You know, we're waiting for the pullback to the bounce, higher high, so that we can continue this bull market before potentially reaching the bear market. Or could this be already, you know, this is the higher high, we come down and then we don't come back up. And this is why it's extremely important, level by level. And if we do come down, every time it creates a pivot, set an alert above that pivot to see if we break towards the upside or if we're continuing to the downside. And an easy way to do this, let's just kind of draw this out. Let's say we come down here, we do this. Now what we're doing is we're waiting for a break of this. If that doesn't happen and we come down here and we do this, we're waiting for the break of this. We don't want to see the continuation of the break to the lows. We want to see the break of the highs. And let's say we continue coming down, and now we trade in this range for a little bit before potentially breaking down. We're waiting for the break of this high and this high. Now, every time we break a low, this is, you know, our opportunity to enter shorts. Here's our opportunity. You know, we're not just going to make money going up. We also make money coming down. And every time we break a low, where there's another opportunity to either add to our existing shorts or potentially, you know, just taking the short if you haven't already. Now, if you keep on waiting for a break of the high and it doesn't happen, we break another low, waiting for the break of the high, doesn't happen, break another low. Well, then maybe now it's time to potentially start shorting. And then let's just say we come all the way down here, you know, between this zone, and we end up doing something like this, where we start trading in this range now. And then this is our actual bear market. And in order for us to start going long, this is when we start accumulating. You know, we start putting whatever we can into Bitcoin. And we really saw it. Man, did we see it this season, where, you know, everybody's expecting all these alts to just absolutely take off. Now, some of them have, you know, don't get me wrong. However, slow and steady wins the race. Bitcoin literally is the turtle. All the alts, they can move very fast. However, we can see this clear as day now that time has passed. You know, from down here, from our bear market, all we've been doing is going up. We're not breaking these lows. So we're not breaking this low, we're not breaking this low. And of course, the more time that happens, the clearer it gets. And then if we do break this low, which I think we will, you know, to come into this, we may be in here for a little bit, for, well, not a little bit, maybe a couple years. And while it's going sideways, what we want to do is we want to start accumulating and just adding to our bag on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be the absolute safest bet, because the coins that you may be entering, they may not have the longevity to last another bull cycle, or another cycle for that matter. And then we want to go hard once we start breaking the highs. Just like how we were shorting here, we want to do that. We want to enter the trade here, and let's just say it goes back down. Here's our level we want to add. You know, could you enter on the lows? You sure can. You know, every week, every month, every payday, you know, just whenever you can, just start getting to Bitcoin. And then let's say we break this low and it continues coming down, break this low. And I'm not saying we're going to come down here to the 50s, but it's just an example. We keep on breaking the lows. Well, now what we want to do, if, you know, you're not shorting, what you want to do is just save all that money you're getting from your paychecks or whatever, however you're funding your crypto account. Just save all that money until we start breaking a high. Again, I'm not saying we're going to go to 50s or 40s. This is just an example. Once we break a high, now you can start adding in all that money you saved for a few weeks, a few months. Once it breaks the high, now you enter the trade. And again, this is a long-term investment. It keeps on breaking the high, you keep on adding. And then if it breaks a low, let's say it comes down again, this was just a fake out. We're not trading this, we're investing. We break the low, we wait. We break another low, we wait. We break another low, we wait. And then let's say we break this low, which again, these are just examples. We wait until we start breaking a high. We break a high, we get into the trade. Now, this is a much safer way because now you're saving all this money and you're actually adding once we break a high. Can you be doing, adding on these lows? You sure can. But what's the difference between catching a falling knife, let's say you bought right here, and catching the bottom? Time. That's the difference. Because now oh, that was a knife. However, if you do this and you bought, let's say you bought here, and more time passed and now it's coming up, we keep on doing higher highs, higher lows. Well, this is the difference between catching a falling knife and catching the bottom. It's just more time. The more time you have, the better it's going to be. And what you want to do is you want to wait for that break. Don't try to catch the bottom, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Wait for the break of a high. All right, that's all I got. I do thank you very much. Of course, we do go live every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 4. We also do bonus streams. So that's extremely important. Make sure to have the notification bell on. On average, I go live midnight, maybe 2 in the morning, sometimes 5 in the morning, sometimes 7 in the evening. So definitely make sure to watch the streams. Make sure that notification bell is on. For those that are interested, I do have a group. Now, of course, you do not need to join this group if you want to learn how to trade. I show that in the daily live streams. Also, I encourage questions. I absolutely love questions. There are no dumb questions, only questions we've had before or haven't thought of yet. So that's very important. You do not need to join my group to learn how to trade. Granted, you'll learn faster, but you don't need to do that. Here is if you want to have access to me and all of my call outs with moving up the stop losses, detailed videos on our active trades, what we're looking at, updates on the market. If I see something that is not looking good and the market might turn, I notify the group. We move up our stop losses. We close half of our position. The main goal is to save you money. Do not spend $99 an hour to get your questions answered. Make sure to tune in every single day. I am here to help you. I want to get rich with you, not because of you. I do thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. As always, let's make this money.